Today, we're stepping into a place that honestly feels like a mirage made real. This is Fin Garden, a UNESCO World Heritage site in Kashan, Iran. It's a spot of almost impossible beauty, but it's also a place that holds a really dark and dramatic story. Okay, let's get into it. So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with how incredible it is to find this garden in the middle of a desert. Then we'll look at the genius engineering that makes it all work. After that, we're going to uncover its dramatic history, see what it's like today, and finally, really unpack what this incredible place symbolizes. First up, paradise in the desert. To really get Fin Garden, you first have to picture the stark contrast it represents. This vibrant, green world of life that's just thriving in the middle of a harsh, dry landscape. This quote, it just nails it. The word paradise itself actually comes from an old Persian word that means enclosed space. And that's exactly what this is. It's designed to be a perfect, self-contained world, a little slice of heaven on earth. Just try to imagine this. You're walking through a dry, dusty landscape, and then you step through a gate, and you find this. Over 2 hectares of lush gardens, flowing water, ancient trees, all of it protected by these massive walls. It's a deliberate, shocking, and absolutely beautiful separation from the world right outside. So how on earth did they create this oasis? Well, it wasn't magic, not even close. It was a masterpiece of ancient Persian engineering. Let's dig into the science behind all this beauty. Okay, so the design follows this classic blueprint called Chahar Bagh, which literally means 4 gardens. You've got water channels that divide the whole space into 4 quadrants, creating this really structured geometric layout. And this isn't just for looks, it's a powerful symbol of order and the 4 gardens of paradise described in the Quran. But where is all this water coming from? The answer is something called a qanat. And this is just incredible. It's a system of gently sloping underground tunnels that taps into a spring miles away and channels water directly into the garden. And the best part, the whole thing is powered by gravity. And this is where the true genius of the design really shines. Get this, there are no mechanical pumps. The water from a high-up pool flows into a system of clay pipes underground. As these pipes get narrower and narrower, the pressure naturally builds up, and that's what forces the water up through the fountains. It is such a sophisticated hydraulic system, and it has worked for centuries. Now, this constant, reliable flow of water sustains an entire ecosystem, including 579 cypress trees. Some of these trees are over 400 years old. I mean, they're living witnesses to the garden's entire history, which, as we're about to see, is filled with some serious drama. Right, let's talk about how this beautiful stage was also the setting for some profound historical drama. You see, Fin Garden wasn't just a place to relax. It was a site for royal ceremonies, political schemes, and ultimately a great national tragedy. This timeline gives us a quick flyby. Completed under Shah Abbas the Great, it hosted royal parties for centuries. But the moment that completely changed its meaning forever was the assassination of Emir Kabir in 1852. And, of course, its later recognition as a national and World Heritage site just shows you how culturally important it really is. Tucked away within the garden's peaceful walls is a small bathhouse, a hammam. It looks like just another part of the complex, but this quiet, unassuming building is where the garden's beauty got stained by a very dark moment in Iranian history. The victim was Emir Kabir, a celebrated prime minister. He was a modernizer, widely thought of as Iran's first great reformer. But his popular efforts to fight corruption, well, they angered some really powerful people in the royal court. He was fired, exiled to this very garden, and then, in that small bathhouse, assassinated on the orders of the king he had served. So that tragic history is now woven into the fabric of the garden's identity. What's its role today? Well, it's been preserved as a living monument, a place where you can go and experience its complex story for yourself. As a protected UNESCO site, the garden is now one of Iran's most beloved destinations. If you visit in the spring, you get to see all the flowers in full bloom. But year-round, you can see the key sites, like pavilions from different royal eras, the infamous bathhouses, and there's even an on-site museum that helps tell the garden's story. What's really cool is as you walk through the garden, you can actually see these different layers from history. You can see the shift from the original Safavid focus on pure symmetry and water to the later Qajar additions, pavilions with these elaborate paintings and even a new, much grander royal bath. which left the smaller, older bath to its tragic history. So let's bring all these different threads together. Fin Garden isn't just a garden. For Iranians, it represents the highest peaks of their culture and at the same time some of its most painful moments, all right there in one enclosed space. So the key takeaway is this duality. On one hand, you have this breathtaking monument to Persian ingenuity. I mean, the art, the architecture, the engineering, it's all incredible. But on the other hand, it's a somber memorial to the murder of a national hero. It's a place where beauty and tragedy are just forever intertwined. Which leaves us with a pretty big question, right? Can the profound, life-affirming beauty of a place like Fin Garden ever really wash away its tragic past? Or is that history now a permanent part of the landscape, making its beauty that much more powerful and that much more complex? It's the question that kind of hangs in the air of this engineered paradise.